Good morning, little nerds. I am Dr. Shereene Idriss, and welcome to my YouTube channel where we do this every Saturday morning. Oh, who am I? I'm a dermatologist. I'm in New York City, blah, blah, blah. Subscribe, like, follow, etc. Now, last week, I asked you guys to let me know what are some of your favorite vitamin C products. I'm still combing through them, and I wanted to make sure that I was thorough. So this week, instead, we're going to shift gears slightly, and we are going to do a rating and reaction of viral TikTok trends so that you do not have to waste money, because I already wasted the money for you. So that way we're all winning. Before I jump in, why do I have this patch on my face? I tried to curl my hair last week and I was excited by our Allure nomination as a Breakthrough Brand of the Year. You guys can feel free to go and vote. We have it on our Instagram, etc., but that's besides the point. And I burnt myself. And I've been using a silicone gel sheet by Scaraway that I cut every day. It's actually less than a week, and I've been using my Hyper Serum, and I have a picture from the before. It's really healed remarkably well in less than, I think it's been 5 or 6 days. So yeah, excited. I'm just gonna keep it covered until the redness sort of fades. So with that being said, now you know why I have this. Maybe I'll do this. So starting with this particular TikTok trend that I've been seeing over and over again, I'm going to watch the video with you guys right here. It is the collagen film masks that disappear and disintegrate before your eyes. And here we have Mireya Rios, who is
I was able to get that product and I'm going to test it out. It's pure collagen that melts into your skin. This is what it looks like. And then you can peel this off.
It doesn't peel off that easily.
These are for the cheeks.
All right.
And now let's spray and see if it's as satisfying as hers. It literally looks like I just got a facial.
So I think that's the key part. It looks like I just got a facial. Now, quickly, I'll show you guys what happened when I tried it. It's just so terrible, delivery. It was pretty much a fail up until the 10th packet that I opened, where I kind of got it right and finally able to stick. And yes, it was satisfying when you actually sprayed the potential collagen mist on it and watched it disappear. But let's dive into this. So here you have it, a brand also known as Dermarsons. It's a K-beauty brand that is selling these collagen films. These collagen films are nothing but collagen that have been weaved into a textile-like fabric, which looks like this as you get rid of the plastic covering. It's a very white, thin sheet. And this particular technology right here, as you guys can see it, has been produced by a company known as Derma Layer, and they spin these collagen fibers into a textile, a very fine textile. The collagen is derived from marine collagen. It is not vegan, so it comes from fish. And the point of this actual delivery system, according to Derm Layer, is to increase absorption of an active. So the real point is to marry an active to this technology so that when you put it on your skin, you increase the absorption of the active. But what Dermarsons did is just take the technology and sell it to you guys as collagen masks that melt into your face. So there's a lot of misleading, annoying marketing here, because when you guys see collagen, automatically you think, oh, it's supplementing something in my skin, but that is absolutely not true. It is false. Collagen alone, and basically 78% of this product is pure collagen, is way too big to ever get absorbed through your skin. It's around 300,000 Daltons, and your skin, nothing can really penetrate it if it's bigger than 500 to 1,000 Daltons. So it's not going through the surface of your skin. And the hydrolyzed form of collagen, which makes up approximately 21% of this product, is still too big at 12,000 Daltons. So collagen itself is a protein that is made up of amino acid chains that come together through peptide bonds. Now, when the peptide bonds are broken, you get basically shorter amino acid chains, which are also known as peptides. So all you're really getting from this is an application of peptides on your skin that are way too big anyway to penetrate the surface of the skin. So what then is the purpose? hydration. Collagen is known to hold on to water, so you are gonna look like you had a facial right afterwards when your face looks nice and glistening, but more than that, there's really not much benefit to it. The wow factor is there, it's cool to watch, there's a visual cue that is a change in the product delivery, but it really doesn't offer more than that. Plus, do not waste your money on this. You literally can spray water and get the same effect of the mask, quote unquote, melting into your face. Now, I cannot speak to the fact that the actives actually are delivered deeper into the skin. That is supposedly their own proprietary study. They did it with salicylic acid, I believe. Derm did, not Dermasence. I would have to read more about that to really see how true that is. But should you waste your money on this? I think not. I would rather you get a nice hydrating serum that actually delivers something other than hydration, like a soothing benefit to your skin. Moving on, let us talk about the beauty of joseon. So you guys know that I love this sunscreen. It is one that is not legally, I guess, sold in the US because it has filters that are not FDA approved. Do not ask me how Yes to Style or other kind of companies sell this particular product in the US. Yo no comprendo, okay? Do not get it, but I still buy it because I like it. It is a chemical sunscreen that does not burn my eyes. They recently came up with a sunscreen stick, and we're gonna watch right now.
I'm testing out the Sun Stick by Beauty of Joseon.
A Shiner who's testing it out.
This Sun Stick is SPF 50. It's got mugwort, centella, panthenol, all the good soothing ingredients that I love. As a dry skin girl, this doesn't actually make me feel any dryness, and my glow still kind of peeks through, which I really love. And I've been loving to reapply it after I make with dew. I think that's the best part. Doesn't sting the eye, no white cast, just everything we love in a sun stick. Doesn't tug on the skin whatsoever. This will definitely be a game changer in the summer. I cannot wait to try this out in the warmer weather.
So, yes, I agree. It does not sting the eyes for a chemical sunscreen stick and for a chemical sunscreen. It is quite remarkable, and that is why international filters are just superior to what we have in the US. Personally, I stick to physical sunscreens like things with zinc or titanium because my eyes are very sensitive. However, I do have certain issues with this particular product. Before I get into the negatives, I will say it is made up of DHHB, which is also known as diethyl amino hydroxybenzoyl hexylbenzenoate. It is a new generation agent that has really high UVA protection and is very photostable. It also is made up of tinazorb S, also known as bis-ethyl hexyl oxyphenol methoxyphenyl triazine. It's a mouthful. Tinazorb S is much easier to say, and it has very broad UVB and UVA coverage ranging from 280 nanometers to 400 nanometers as well. Very photostable, so a little bit lasts a long time and it's not going to go ahead and break down easily. This is a chemical sunscreen stick, not a physical one. So it's never going to apply white and you're not going to have a cast, all right, given the nature of the filters being used. My issue with this type of sunscreen stick is that you have the false sense of security that you've used enough to protect your face when you haven't gotten the right amount. In order to cover your face, you need around 2 full finger lengths, if not 3, depending on the sizes and thickness of your fingers, to get your face, your ears, and even your neck covered with sunscreen when you're talking about sunscreen in the form of a moisturizer. So I went ahead and I did a little UV test using my UV camera just to watch out for the density of the sunscreen application when using the moisturizer versus the stick. So over here, I applied the moisturizer. I used just a little bit right here because I only wanted to get this part of my cheek covered. And you can see that it goes in and it reflects really black. You could tell that the coverage is really there. It's not allowing any for UVA or UVB to penetrate through. It is being reflected off. Now, when I used this stick, most people, including like my husband, who I basically lump in like the category of just like not really having much understanding of skincare, would just go kind of like and be done, right? Thinking they got their coverage. The American Academy of Dermatology requires up to 4 swipes to get the right coverage of a sunscreen stick. So you're trying to do 1, 2, 3, 4. It actually doesn't matter which direction you go. When I went ahead and I compared both sides, 4 swipes of this compared to a little amount of the actual cream sunscreen was much lighter in coverage. In fact, I had to go up to 12 to 16 swipes of this to get the same amount of coverage in terms of UV being reflected off, and in terms of the actual density on a UV camera being somewhat equal and comparable on both sides. So you do need a lot more of this to get the coverage that you need. I think it's a great adjunct if you're an athlete, you're on the go, you're running, and to really get the high points of your face that are usually most likely to get affected by the sun. There goes my little silicone sheet. Let's get that guy stuck in there. You know, like the ears if you're bald, the back of your neck, the back of your hands while you're driving, but you need to do a lot more swipes than you actually think you need in order to get the right coverage. So, nice product, just don't be fooled by it. You need a lot more. This is where less is more does not apply. More is more applies to this type of sunscreen stick. Physical sunscreens that are usually zinc or titanium, I appreciate a little bit more, and I know they're not elegant and they're not great for every skin type, but the reason I appreciate them, especially with my kids, is because I can physically see where it is applied and if it is evenly distributed. So that is the beauty of Joseon matte stick. So approach with caution. Number 3, we have this video that claims,
get rid of cellulite with me.
so I'm just gonna stop that there. Dry brushing alone, does it get rid of cellulite? It does not get rid of cellulite. It might minimize the appearance temporarily of your cellulite because of lymphatic drainage, but it will never get rid of the cellulite that you have. And it's important that you understand this, because no cream, no physical manipulation like that is going to get rid of cellulite. You have to go in and physically break the band. What is cellulite? Cellulite is fat that herniates through fibrous bands. You have a fibrous band, right? This is the bottom and this is the top of your skin. And the fork is the fibrous band. This is basically what's holding the top of the skin down, and the fat, the areas in between, are popping through, and that is what makes this kind of dimple and make the cellulite appear more prominent. When you do lymphatic massage, you're moving that fluid around, so you're making it appear less prominent, but you're not getting rid of the band. In order to really treat quote unquote true cellulite, you have to break the band, so that this releases and it doesn't pull down anymore, and that things can be much more cohesive underneath the surface of the skin. So dry brushing alone, although it has merits in terms of lymphatic drainage, is never going to get rid of your cellulite. I personally love dry brushing when people have things like KP, but I like it in addition to creams with actives that help to exfoliate the surface of the skin and that helps to hold on to moisture. So you're talking about urea creams like Isdin. They have a great uridine cream that I love and it smells heavenly. Or lactic acid like Amlactin, which does not smell so heavenly, but the lactic acid helps to exfoliate the dead skin cells on the surface of the skin. So doing that in conjunction to dry brushing, you'll get a double whammy of a benefit, but you'll never get rid of your cellulite. And last, do not dry brush if you have eczema or psoriasis, because you can make matters much worse, especially because your skin barrier is not super intact. And there's also a phenomenon known as autokebnerization, where you can spread your psoriatic plaques and make things worse. So if you have that, avoid, avoid, avoid. And last, we have
I don't know about you, but that might be the most interesting skincare product I've seen in a while. I have one to try as well, so let's see how this works. I'm gonna try dispensing this. It looks like, yeah, just recovered from flu, so this looks very familiar.
So I also recorded myself trying it on for the first time, and as you guys can see when I was applying this on my face, it has a very sticky texture. This particular product is by Experiment. It is their super saturated barrier support serum that is made up of 30% glycerin. Now, I'm very happy that glycerin is finally getting the spotlight that it deserves as a humectant, but I did have problems slightly with this particular product. I will start with the pros. The pros are that the glycerin is capped to 30%, and usually the sweet spot from glycerin is anywhere from like 1 to 40%. There is too much of a good thing when it comes to glycerin, and when you can buy pure glycerin at your local Duane Reade, CVS, Walgreens. This is 100% glycerin. Doing this on your skin alone for like 3-4 days, you will actually get drier because you'll have more transepidermal water loss. So you are in the right range, but glycerin itself is extremely tacky, extremely sticky, and it's not super elegant at these high concentrations. So that is my first feedback with this particular product. When I used it, unlike her, my skin was extremely tacky and just sticky for a while after I used it. But the beauty about this product is that it's also combined with polyglutamic acid, which is going to be a buzzworthy ingredient that you guys are going to hear more about. People are going to claim it's replacing HA, and I think they're going to use that sentence because HA has a high search engine optimization already built in around that ingredient. So people are going to want to attach polyglutamic acid to hyaluronic acid in the same sort of marketing. But it does hold on to water, and it holds on to moisture in your skin. It creates an amino acid polymer, which creates a film on top of the skin to minimize transepidermal water loss, and they get polyglutamic acid through a fermentation process of soybeans. And you're going to see more of it pop up on the market. It also has 2% niacinamide, so it's in the sweet spot, as well as bisabolol, which is derived from chamomile and is soothing, and allantoin, which is softening and promotes wound healing, which works with the whole barrier support. So I like it. I think it's an interesting product. I just did not love the texture. I thought it was too tacky and too sticky. So my hack for you is if you have any other moisturizer, and I'm going to make this up right now. I have this one, which was from MBR. You can take a little bit of the moisturizer that you have, and you can literally, if you feel like it's not moisturizing enough, add a drop of this to it, and you will see how it changes the consistency of your moisturizer. I will do a TikTok on that, so if you don't follow me on TikTok, make sure to follow me so you can watch these hacks in real time. And with that, I am Dr. Shereene Idriss. I hope you guys enjoyed this Saturday video. Let me know what you guys want to hear about next. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we have a giveaway this upcoming Tuesday on Shereene Idriss, where I'm giving away 3 Major Fade Pillow Talk Derm sets. So make sure to get in on that. And if you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, make sure to subscribe to the newsletter because there might be another giveaway that only newsletter subscribees will get. I hope to see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.